Good morning and welcome to Footsteps Friday. So today I'm going to take a close look at some of the things in the garden, some of the things that I need to address, and just, check out my plants, make sure that they're healthy and they're doing okay. So step with me. So I'm really thinking I need to limb this bush up some more. I like to see the branches, the bottom of the trunk, the different shapes, and also it allows me to plant underneath if I choose to. This crepe myrtle, I believe, is getting some type of fungus on it. A lot of my plants are. I'm not sure whether it's because it's been raining a lot lately and that's why, or what. I'm going to have to do a little investigating to find out what the reason is for some of this fungus that's coming on the branches, and then it spreads to the leaves and it gets to be really messy. I think I mentioned to you before that I'm going to remove this Nandina and put it in a place to get some more sun. I have one in the front of my garden and it's probably 3 times this size. And I planted that one after this one. So, yeah, we'll have to make some changes on that. I did a little bit of a butcher job with this rose bush, so I'm hoping that I didn't destroy it. I don't think so. We'll see what happens, whether the roses come back, because it was just really, really out of control and I needed to do some things with it. So I'll be keeping a close eye on this rose bush. This one you can see is already producing some new shoots. Let me show you this other variety of sedum. It's almost like a purplish color. I forget the name of this particular one. Let me see. It's not as hardy as the other sedums. It seems to grow a little slower, but it is pretty. And it is pretty self-sufficient, drought tolerant. You don't have to baby that one either. Got a couple of orange coneflowers here, or echinacea. And one of several arborvitaes in the garden. All the way in the back there, I have a pop-up cherry tree, and I don't think it's a fruit-producing cherry tree, but they pop up all through my garden, and I actually love them, but I need to pull those out because they're not in the place that I need them to be. But the ones that I've kept, I absolutely love them. They probably grow about 10 feet tall, and they spread out really nice, so they provide a nice amount of shade and just some screening for anybody who has that issue. It is already humid out here. Not sure what the temperature is, but it's about 9 o'clock and I'm already burning up. All of these sedums need to be deadheaded. And deadheading is just a process where you take off the tip portion. Mostly we do those with roses or anything that kind of buds and you want to help regenerate new growth. You take off the dead parts. Plenty of little apples on the crabapple tree. And actually crab apples are edible. They're very bitter and they make probably good preserves or jams where you add a lot of sugar to them. And back to this powdery mildew that seems to be getting on all of my plants. I know here is a lot of irises, got a few daylilies in the back. Normally I would have the bird feeder filled. I so enjoy watching the birds flutter around. Sometimes they fight over who's going to get what position. That's pretty cool to watch. I believe this here is a Solomon seal. I actually like this plant. It stays, I believe it stays green all year round. So this is the area that when the garden club was here, they helped clean up. It still needs some work, but at least you can see what's on the ground and kind of figure out what's going on. Have some volunteer crepe myrtles coming up back there as well. And then my super amazing hydrangea. This is a limelight. Clusters are absolutely amazing. The bees definitely love this one. One of many solar fountains. It's been so hot, the moment I put water in there, it dissipates, so I don't know. I believe this is my largest crepe myrtle in the garden. I had another one that was much larger, but it got really diseased and I had to replace it with another. Actually replaced it with this one. And this one has a pretty pink flowers that bloom on there. I see several buds. So this one should really look pretty in another week or so. This is another bed that has definitely been worked on and groomed, so I believe it's looking pretty good. This is a gardenia. This is one of the plants I'm truly considering relocating. I may wait until the fall to do it. And my fig tree, my little Miss Figgy that is not so little anymore. Oh, I see a fig way back there. I'm not sure if I can get you to see it or not. It's pretty big. That's one. Where was it at? Well, trust me, there are some figs on here. All right. So I'm going to work on cleaning some of this up today. Just take the pots that need to be refreshed, put them all in one place so that I can clean them up and figure out what I want to put in it. My netting totally got destroyed. We didn't do a great job this year with, well, I should say last year, with putting things away. So we had to pay the price. I need to order another netting and curtains for this gazebo. As a matter of fact, I don't like the cream color anyway. I want to order a darker one. These beds, I believe I'm going to put rosemary in here. They're just pretty much weeds growing all through there. This totally did not make it, so I know I'm going to have to remove this. But my arborvitaes around the fence are growing very nice. I actually see some new growth on the top. They grow about a foot every year. My boxwood hedge here along the gazebo, doing wonderful. I need to probably add some more dirt and definitely prune them up a little bit. So I don't know whether to do boxwoods here. My thought process was to do boxwood hedge in this bed, well, in this planter box, as well as the one out here. But some of them are doing better than others, so I have to rethink this. All of my beautiful patio furniture, it needs to be cleaned because, again, the covers that we had on them, some of them flew off, they weren't secured properly. I normally put my cushions away. That didn't take place. A lot of stuff. All right, let's go back here. This is my, I want to say it's a blackberry bush, but we'll see. I know it's a fruit bush of some sort. A lot of weeds popping in. Another solar fountain. I did a lot of work on this bed during the week. I think I'm going to sit the fountain in here and then move a few things around. Now this is a skyrocket holly. Some people call it a pencil holly. So it grows tight and narrow and straight up. That one is definitely about 4 feet, almost 5. One of many pots that need to be repotted. I usually put annuals in my pots to give a pop of color through the garden. My apple tree under this netting to keep the birds from eating my little produce. Oh, there's a big mosquito stuck under there. That's okay. And here's my Granny Smith apple. This is another solar fountain that I had lots of trouble with. It never seems to work. I wrote the company, they sent me a replacement panel, still didn't work. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with this fountain. I'm going to try again. I may buy a different battery set and put in here. And if it doesn't work, I guess it's going to become a very expensive house for some flowers, a container for some flowers. As you can see, the gazebo, all the furniture needs to be cleaned and set the proper way. Haven't been out here a whole lot because it was so much work to be done. It was feeling overwhelming, but now I'm back, so I have been taking it a little bit at a time and enjoying my patio for now. Another boxwood hedge I started. I've been debating on whether to take this up, but I think I'm going to leave it. I actually like the way it's starting to look. All of these hostas are coming up. I'm going to relocate those to another place. I think this is one of 5 fruit trees. Oh, don't ask me which one, because I totally have forgotten. The one in the back, this small one here, that's a pear tree. I think it's a Bartlett pear tree. These elephant ears are definitely in the wrong place. You see they are scorched and dried up from the sun, so they have to be moved as well. We're going to find a shadier spot for them in the garden. All right, let's come up. This is my gravel pathway that I actually put in myself. My little Miss Figgy down here. And the star fruit tree, which is my peach tree. I have yet to eat a peach. It's a jungalo peach tree. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 peaches. All right, let's turn around to this area. So I'm struggling. Everything I put in here does not survive, with the exception of this one tree. Let me see what this was. Oh, spider webs. That wasn't smart. I can't even read the name of that. Oh, and there's something Diablo. But Diablo did not make it. So I have a beautiful Japanese maple that I would love to put in this area. All right, I'm going to climb over this wall. If I fall, you guys do not laugh. All right. I secretly call this the VIP area because if you're sitting up here, you can see the whole garden. This is the prime location. You see everything from here. Okay, so this is my largest Japanese maple. I love Japanese maples. They are so pretty, but they're also a little delicate initially, I believe. For me, anyway. I want to move this from here, but it seems to be flourishing in this spot. But the spot over here is pretty similar as far as the amount of sun that it gets. Maybe just a little more because there's no real trees overhead. I don't know. Still trying to figure that out. This circular thing is called a moon gate, and it's an inexpensive one I got off of Amazon. The real ones, or I should say the heavier ones, are absolutely gorgeous, but this can look as pretty once it gets their vines growing up over it. So I've been struggling with that, trying to get the vines to make its way around the circle. This is my super struggle area in the back. I'm working this out. Right, let's go over here. I've worked on this bed this week. However, I'm still going to move all of my hostas because they're getting way too much sun. Actually, these dusty millers are doing super well. Didn't know whether I like this plant or not, but it is definitely growing on me. I think if I had more of them, it would make a better statement. So I might think about propagating these dusty millers. Pull this little weed while I'm over here. That one didn't come out right. And I didn't know that they flowered, but they have this little yellow flower. Don't know whether I'm a fan of it yet. It looks like a daisy to me. I definitely don't like the flowers that come off the hostas. I don't know. They're pretty, but they look strange. favorite tree, the willow birch. I'm sorry, river birch. The peeling bark is especially pretty. Still more work to do in this bed. I did plant some more sedums in here. They should take off with a couple more watering. I'm going to water this morning. I'm a little late. I slept a little late this morning. I'm normally up by like 5:30, 6 o'clock. And I come out the minute the sun peeks his head out. This is my latest patio that is in total disarray. I did do a little, let me come down here. I want to show you something. I have to remember to pull it up before I step on it. Well, what happened? Oh, here it is. I had the cutest little self-starting plant. It just popped up all by itself. It's so cute. I'm going to pull it up and put it in a pot, but I wanted to let it get just a tad bit bigger before I start disturbing it. All of these pots need to be replanted. Whatever was in here didn't make it. I think this might be my next project, this bed. I am going back and forth. Do I want to put some limelight hydrangeas, which I think would be absolutely gorgeous? But I had a bunch of hydrangeas back there. I think I had Bloomstruck, something else that did not do well. So I don't know whether it was still too much sun for them or the soil wasn't good. I don't know what the problem was. But I have to think about what I want to do there. Whether I want to do some roses, whether I want to put some tried and true sedums back there. I don't know. You have to stay tuned for that one. Okay, so this is my Footsteps Friday. You got a closer look at a lot of things and a closer look of all the work that I need to do. Anybody in the Decatur area wants to come through and give me a hand, I will greatly accept it. I'll even fix your lunch. How about that? All right, for now, this is the 4th of July weekend. I hope everyone has a safe one. Actually, the 4th of July is somewhat somber for me at times. I try to stay busy. My mother passed on the 4th of July, and she's with me all the time. I wish she was alive to see the woman that I have developed into. And my love for gardening, she kind of was a country girl. Grew up in Abbeville, South Carolina. And she did some work on a small farm. And yeah, I think she would be highly impressed with what I've accomplished. So, with that said, have a great day. Love up on your people. Be safe. Until the next time. Bye for now.